Hello, my name's Julian Babazzi. I'm the Executive Chairman of Perpetual Resources. It's good to be updating shareholders again today. We've recently announced our first pass results from our maiden drilling program at the Igrejinha Project, which is located in Minas Gerais in Brazil, which for memory, for those who don't know, is also known as the Lithium Valley in Brazil. So we only picked this ground up back in February this year. And again, for those of you following the story, would recall that we moved straight to drill under a high-grade outcrop at an area we previously called Target 1. It's now known as Morro Grande. So our initial expectations were we were hoping to replicate some good grades at depth and just demonstrate that we're in a highly fertile system. And the results we announced recently are absolutely more than that. It's been a fantastic outcome from the maiden program. And really what we've shown is an exceptionally fertile system, really, really high grades. And often the grades we've experienced are those which, and in commodities that we didn't quite expect. So some of the standout results were tin intersections, north of 2 meters at 2.5% tin. And for those of you who know that commodity would know that about 0.5% tin is typically ore grade for an open cut mine. So we've got multiples of that. Other different commodities we encountered were tungsten, 1 meter at 1.5%. And again, ore grade for that is probably half of what we've hit. And then we also hit very high-grade caesium. We hit north of a meter at almost 2% caesium. And again, this was coupled with other results we announced of north of 20% caesium. So what we've encountered here, which is slightly unexpected, is a very unique polymetallic pegmatite that's rich in a number of critical minerals. And so that tells us a couple of things. One is that this pegmatite on its own is relatively unique, and we'll take a little more understanding as we work out the true value of it. But it seems packed full of very high value critical mineral content. So that's a big tick. And then what it also tells us is that we're in a highly fertile system with very high grades. So from a regional perspective, it leads us to anticipate that there's much more significant other LCT pegmatite style mineralisation not too far from here. And that includes very high-grade lithium that we're continuing to hunt down. But in all the drill program, in all the drill holes we've encountered in this first program, highly anomalous lithium content, which again just shows we're in a very active working system. And that's really the first port of call. So to hit grades like this on the first pass is an exceptional outcome, gives us a lot of confidence as we track forward. We've also announced the appointment of an in-country geologist, an in-country manager, and he's a Brazilian national, which we think will allow us to cut through a lot of the cultural barriers that do happen with an offshore company operating in an international jurisdiction, allow us to work better in their local customs, and we think will speed up a lot of the forward-planned exploration program that we've got coming up. Now, this manager took some time to evaluate and analyse the data, which led to some slight delays, but we're really comfortable now as we move forward that we've got a really rigorous process in place with all the data going forward. So really, as I said, this emboldens us to believe that the move and the pivot from Perpetual into Brazil is absolutely sound. The grades are compelling. And now what we'll do after moving very quickly to drill Morro Grande, we'll be stepping back and undertaking some additional grassroots exploration, both in and around Morro Grande and other distal areas, and also across the rest of our lithium tenements in the region. We also have other areas such as the Ronaldinho prospect, which is littered with artisanal mines. A lot of these are old tourmaline mines, and tourmaline is a well-known pathfinder for high-grade lithium. So we'll be undertaking some exploration programs with a view to following up this initial drilling results with some diamond drilling in the next couple of quarters at both the Morro Grande, the Southeast Anomaly, and also some of these new prospects. So as I said, in summary, a very exciting start to our journey in Brazil with our maiden program, encountering such high grades, very high value critical minerals, and many of them in a very enriched system. So we look forward to updating investors after future programs and as we progress our various projects in Brazil.